Hey, hey, happy Tuesday, and welcome to night 2 or day 2 of Christmas in July. I'm Jill here Cottonwood. If this is your first time catching me, welcome. So, let me find myself here. There goes the cat. Just coming through. There we are. So I think we're good. Yeah, last night we made a ton of bows. I've got bows coming out of my ears. And tonight we're just going to make some fun crafts. I picked up a few things last week at Dollar General and stuff. And I have another part of my Christmas printables that we're going to be using. So you can see how I'm going to use those tonight. And then I have a really fun, hopefully we're going to use these. You see these little gift bags? These are actually from last year because, you know, I don't get rid of anything when it comes to crafts, which I never got around to. So tonight I'm going to try to turn these into pillows. So we'll do that a little bit later or in between, maybe while things are drying or who knows. But that's on the agenda for tonight. And then the other part, I picked up these real cute little wood ornaments from Dollar General last week, and I'm going to use those with my little wreaths here. This is part of the Christmas bundle printables that are available, and so I think we're going to use one of those on each one and kind of use this a little bit differently. So these need painted, so I think I'm going to start there. And I'm going to have a seat tonight. So if you're hopping on, say hello. Tell me what you got going on this Tuesday. Okay, I got here in my eye. This Tuesday night, okay? So first things first, and hopefully you can see me because I feel like you're too far away already, but okay. Actually, first things first, let's get some paint on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to plan to use these like this. I'm going to we're going to make a little like hanging, what do I want to say? Like all three of these little hanging sign. So let me get some paint going. Let me get the fan going because, you know, it's always hot. So the first thing I think I'm going to do a little white and then maybe distress them a little bit with some black. That was kind of what I had thinking in my mind. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this twine off. Like I said, I'm not going to use that. And for right now, I'm probably just going to paint the edges and maybe a little bit on the front. Because really, this part I'm going to cover up with our printable, so I'm not worried about it too much. So I'm just going to kind of do the edges and then maybe a little bit. So if you didn't catch the live last night, and you want to learn how to make, I think we ended up with like 8 or 9 different, I don't even know, ways to make a bow. You got to go back and watch that from last night. Super simple. There's at least 5 that you don't need anything. I promise you, nobody ever texts me or calls me until I go. There's at least 5 that you don't need anything but some ribbon, some scissors, and then I showed some how to use with a bow maker. So you have that option too. Okay, like I said, I'm pretty much going to cover all that top part up, so I'm just covering the edges for right now. And typically with white, you have to do like 3 coats. Pretty much. I don't think I ever get less than 3 coats, but I'm going to kind of age it a little bit with some black, so I'm really not worried about getting it too terribly perfect. These are just cute little ornaments that you could paint or do all kinds of things with and use them just the way they are from Dollar General. Or, of course, I love the shape of them, so that's why I thought we would fancy them up a little bit. Oh, let me cut off that. So like I said, I'm just going around the edges for right now. Probably when I get totally finished, maybe after we're done here and everything tonight, I would do the back, but I'm going to cover up this front side, so I'm not worried about it at all. Okay, so I'm going to kind of just let that dry for a minute. And I'm going to work on cutting out these printables. So this is from page 2 of the Christmas Printable bundle. These you just purchase right on the website. You can download them immediately, and then you can print them off and use them for as many different things as you want. So I'm cutting them up. I'm going to go back with some of my cute little design scissors and kind of go right along the edges just so it's not so plain. So there's what it looks like. One says love, one says peace, and one says joy. They're real light, kind of light green with a little holly, it looks like, on there. Two. Okay, so there's all 3 of those. So kind of what I thought was I grabbed 2 different colors of this scrapbook paper I have here because I kind of envisioned putting one on here. So I grabbed the darker one and the lighter one. But now that I'm looking at it, I definitely think I'm going to go with the lighter. So what I want to do, grab a pencil here. So I am going to put this shape on my scrapbook paper and trace it 3 times. One for each one of these little guys. Probably should have done that before I started painting it, but oh well. House is quiet at the moment. Now, one kiddo at work, and I have no idea where my husband is. He's home, I just don't know where. But it is pretty nice and quiet. So I'm just gonna cut these 3 out real fast. And really, if it's not perfect, that's okay too. Okay, so there's my little piece that is just the same shape as my little wood blocks here. I've got 2 more to cut. I was trying to get ready for this craft and grab everything I needed. And I kind of just felt like the mom who is taking the kids to the park or to the pool or something, where you have like the big giant bag full of snacks and all the extra stuff and everything, like thinking to myself, like, it literally takes a village for to craft too. There's so much stuff. Got the fan, I got the hot glue gun, I gotta have the scissors, you gotta have the ribbon. And then with adding technology, you gotta have the phone, and you gotta have the thing to hold the phone, and turn the lights on, and I'm like, gee, Minnie. So much to do. Okay. So those are cut out. Let's see if this fits. Perfect. So I just want to put a little wreath in the middle of this. So I grabbed my little glue stick. Now I'm probably going to Mod Podge these onto the wood once that gets dry and we get that on there and everything. But for now, just to get my little wreath printable onto my cardstock, I'm just going to use the handy dandy glue stick here. Okay, so there's one. Using some old scrapbook techniques tonight with this kind of stuff. Anybody else ever? I loved scrapbooking. Love, 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 love. I guess that might be kind of how, well, kind of the reason why I have all kinds of different, like these kind of scissors and stuff. Like, I got into scrapbooking a long time ago and just really loved it and did it faithfully for a long time. And then life just gets so busy that I think I have Carter's, like, I don't know, so my 16, almost 17-year-old, I think I might have, maybe to kindergarten, first grade or something done of his. And then, of course, my daughter had everything finished, so second kid syndrome, right? Okay. So let me see about these. I'm going to turn my little dryer on real quick and try to get that paint dry just a little bit more. Set that here and let that. Wow, it's pretty noisy, huh? Okay, I'm going to pour a little bit of black. So I started with white on the edges, and now just going to put a little bit of black. I'm just going to kind of dry brush this on really, really lightly. So I just have kind of a, this isn't really a fan brush, but it's just kind of wide at the bottom. So So I'm just going to get a tiny little bit of black on it and then dab most of it off onto my paper towel here so it's real dry, and just kind of go over around all the little edges of this. Again, nothing has to be perfect, just kind of gives it a little aged look. And if you don't think it's dark enough, just kind of get a little bit more color and go back and keep adding to it. Alright, so I'm going to show you kind of what. So it was white, and now I just kind of got a little bit of distressing, if you will, to it. I love stuff like this because it makes it to where it's not supposed to look like it's perfect, you know? It's supposed to look a little, what do I want to say? Mismatched, misfitty. So I am kind of bringing it towards the front just a little bit. But for the most part, I'm just doing all around the sides that we just painted white. I'm kind of hitting the edges a little harder so that they will just have just a little bit more color there. Okay, so super simple. That dries pretty quick there. So let me get, let's get our Mod Podge going here. Find it. This one needs a little bit more. Okay. So what I'm going to do is take my Mod Podge and put that here on the front of the surface of that. I'm not worried about my little hole there that was for the gift tag because I'm not going to use it the same way. So that doesn't even matter to me at this point. So I'm just going to get a real light coat of Mod Podge over this. Going to take one of these guys that we just cut up and touched and put that right on here. Get it as smooth as you can, and if it goes over the sides a little bit from where you cut it, don't worry, because we're gonna go back with a little sanding block and kind of get the edges so that they kind of looked rough, a little roughed up too. So no worries there. So we've got printables onto scrapbook paper, and then scrapbook paper that is cut out the same shape as our wood cutouts here. I'm just Mod Podging that onto those. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So there's kind of the painted distressed sides that we have. Then we're going to attach all three of these together. Like I said, try to smooth it down as much as you can. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for now. So let's see, which one did I start with? This one, I think. Okay, so take your little sanding block, and you can kind of see on some of mine where I've got a little bit extra over the side. I want it to A, look distressed like the rest of it, and B, I just want to kind of get that extra off. So I'm just going to go right along the edges of my paper with the sanding block. And it will just kind of get to the point where it just kind of peels right off. Okay. Ooh, making a mess now. Making a mess. So now I think I'm going to take my brush and just kind of go right along the edges of my scrapbook paper even. Just kind of making it look like it's been on here for a long time. Okay. So we go on to the next one. If you didn't have a sanding block to do this with, I would say just leave it and don't even worry about it. You can cut off any little extra that you can reach, but if you can't reach it, I wouldn't even worry about it. So again, I'm just going to kind of paper towel here, hit the edges of my scrapbook paper. That. Last one. Okay. Super cute. Okay, so there's kind of our edge that's kind of distressed. There's what we've got so far. So now, in order to get these together, which like I just said, it takes so much, and I forgot my glue gun. So let me grab that. Hang tight. Got it. Okay, get that turned on. So what I'm gonna do is I've got some of this, what is this, about 2.5 inch, looks kind of bigger, but 2.5 inches of some burlap ribbon. And I am going to, essentially what we want is, let me cut this off a little differently here. We want these three to kind of be like a hanger. So I'm going to kind of stretch this out here and then lay out my pieces. Kind of see about how far I want them apart and how much I want. So I want a little bit more on the very top, so I probably put a little ribbon bow up there at the top. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So I'm just going to cut this ribbon off. That back out, and then take a second here and just make sure it's about even. Okay, so here's what we got: our little blocks with the Christmas printables and some scrapbook paper, and then we painted the sides to look kind of aged a little bit. And we're trying to create a little Christmas hanger here with these three little pieces. So I am going to, let's see, this probably isn't quite warmed up just yet. Actually, look at that. So here's kind of what we're working with. It's going to kind of be like this. Hopefully you can see it. So now we're just going to glue these onto here. And then put a little bow up at the top, right? So, super easy, super cute. Probably getting this dang thing even is the worst part about it. So let's see if our, oh yeah, we're good. Well, no. Okay, there's the first one on. And you don't want to leave too much space in between the burlap. It's a little bit stronger than, your average ribbon, but it would get kind of flimsy and wobbly if there's too much there. So I'm going to spread them out just a little bit. That on there. Hold it up here and show you what we got so far. So here's kind of what we have so far. So we're going to put the third one here at the top, and then a little bow there. Cute, 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 cute. Look at that little cutie. That's perfect to hang out maybe somewhere in your kitchen, from a little shelf or somewhere. Okay, let's work on making a little bow for the top. And I actually, what do we want to do here? So I grabbed a couple ribbons, but now I don't even think that it's going to be the color that I want. So, what color ribbon should we do here? Of course, I had the little, got some raffia. And you know what? Maybe we'll just do that. That's pretty simple. Might just make that something tiny. So probably what I'm going to do here, the very top, just going to take that and fold that. So I just folded it over a little bit. Probably hot glue this together real quick. That way, if you wanted to tie some string from it or someone to kind of have a alternative way to hang it up, you could do that. Okay. So let's just put together some of this, some twine, and call it good, right? That green is pretty kind of pastel-y, so I don't really think I want anything. This is actually the ribbon I grabbed, which there's a little bit of red on the wreath, but not enough to use that much. Plus, it's pretty cute on its own, so it really doesn't need a whole lot. Twine in here. I'm going to cut me a piece off here to just tie this off with. Let's see what we have. Okay. Cut that one a little bit. Let's just put this, so here's our hanger, here's what we got so far. Let's just put this like right out the top. What do you think about that? Yep. Yep. I am gonna just put a little bit of glue right on the top of our little burlap here. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so here's what we've got. So these were from the Christmas printables. The little wreaths were part of the Christmas bundle printables. And then the little wood blocks, kind of painted white with some black, like dry brushing, distressing, some burlap. And the little blocks were from Dollar General. Yeah, I think so. So, pretty cute, huh? Okay. So there's our first project of the night. Then, okay, let me clean up my space here. Jeez. Got a mess going on. Move this out of Okay, so we're gonna need the hot glue gun again, because if you remember from the beginning, we're gonna try to turn these little gift bags. These are kind of some, what do I want to say, like the potato sack kind of bags. You know what I'm talking about, right? Kind of burlappy little bags. And turn those into some pillows, some little throw pillows to use. So, don't need paint anymore. We don't need that. Okay, getting all this out of the way here. So, here's what we've got with our bag situation. So why can't we stuff these, right? Why can't we stuff those and turn those into a little bag? So what were they? $2.50 for 2 bags. And the one is the cute little Santa face. I think he's got a cute little face here. So I envision we're gonna fill it and then kind of tuck that in and glue that up, right? And that should turn into a little pillow, and probably this one too. So let's see. So I didn't have any polyfill, but that's ultimately probably my go-to choice for this. But what I did have is a sister who sews all kinds of stuff. So she had this, I think it's called batting. If you're a sewer, then you probably know, but I'm a crafter and I don't use this very often. So, but it's like polyfill, but it's more of like polyfill in a sheet kind of thing. So I'm gonna try to use that. It's really flat, so let's just cut a piece of it up here and see if it works. Let me take a little bit here. So first things first, I'm just going to leave it like this. Slide this down into the bag here. That definitely works, but it's going to take a little bit, I think. Good thing she was willing to share, huh? She was willing to share and didn't need this stuff. Okay, yeah, that's, I'm just kind of filling it up so you can kind of see it's puffing it out a little bit there. Now I gotta allow a little bit of space to kind of bring this down. So I don't want it full quite to the top. So that's looking pretty good. Now you gotta keep in mind, this is pretty little bag. I think it said, yeah, this one was an 8 by 10 size. So by the time we kind of allow for that, so they're not too terribly big at all. So, okay. We're going to go kind of with that much stuffing for now. So he's puffed up there pretty good for a little pillow. So my question is, do I want to cut this? Yep, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm going to take this drawstring out of the bag. Yeah, thanks, Jody. Saved my project for tonight, right? Okay, so I took the string out of the bag. I am going to grab my little, what you call it? You put over your fingers so you don't burn yourself with the hot glue. Story of my life, I can only find one, but that's okay. What we'll use, right? See if we can So I'm going to start kind of tucking it in a little bit. So I'm just kind of going along the seam that was already there from where the drawstring was. Kind of go with that. So that should work. That should work cute. So let's just get some hot glue on there. Trying to keep it even here as we go across. That is going to be super cute little pillow, you guys. How simple is that? Out of a little gift bag. You know they have all kinds of different designs. Like I said, those just happen to be from last year that I just never used. So this year I'm sure they will start, well, they'll probably start putting them out pretty soon, but they'll have all kinds of other designs too. So this would be perfect little pillow if you have like an entryway, like an entryway shelf or something, a smaller little kind of vignette area that you needed to decorate or that you decorated for during the holidays. Okay, this might be my new favorite thing. Look how cute! Look how cute that little Santa Claus is. You would never even, you would look at it and never even know that it was a bag, right? It just looks like it is supposed to be a pillow. So he's going to be so cute, just sitting somewhere. Give me some hearts or something if you think he's super cute. I think he's really cute. So let's see, he came with this one, the striping one. So let's just go ahead and see if we can fill this one out too. This one, I think it said, this little guy was an 8 by 10 and this was like 8.5 by 11. So it's just slightly bigger. We'll let that glue cool real fast. So let's just take, well, I'm going to cut these again, cut this off. Gosh, you could do all kinds like, I was just sitting here thinking to myself, like, what about even like, you know, you go and you find that, why's my brain not working? Placemats. Placemats. You know, the super cute little, or pretty little fancy placemats. You could take those apart and stuff them. That would be a really good idea. Okay, I'm just going to use what I have left. Let's see how this one goes. Like I said, polyfill would probably be the ideal stuffer, but hey, it's working, so what do we care? Okay, this this actually might be easier than polyfill. Polyfill, you gotta shove it in there and work around. This kind of, because it's kind of in the form of a sheet already, it kind of works out pretty good. So see, that's pretty stuffed up. Got some stuff in there. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm only putting that to about where the seam of that drawstring was, and then I'm just kind of folding it right down. This is kind of popped up a little bit, so I'm going to have to push it down a little bit more, but I'll show you. I'm just going about the width of what that was, where the hem is, folding that down to kind of be the top part, if that makes sense. So there, I've got it all kind of folded there. But I don't actually want my filling to touch this part, so I just kind of keep pushing it down if it pops up. I guess maybe it wouldn't hurt, but I just felt like maybe it would if it got glued on there. Okay, so I'm just going to work on putting some glue here on this, getting it closed up. Super cute. So you could use that for any holiday, really, because they have these little gift bags. Well, even for like right now, they have some cute ones that I think even said like, I don't know, maybe a Home Sweet Home one or something. You could use that for any holiday. I mean, where else could you get, I mean, I guess you would have to get your polyfill and stuff, but where else could you find 2 seasonal little throw pillows for $2.50? So that's a good deal. Ooh, that is hot. Hot, hot, hot. Okay, looky there. So there's our second little, and you can tell he kind of needs fluffed around a little bit here. So let me take that off. So this would even be cute to set like this, like it was kind of meant to be like that, but that one would be really cute to like put it horizontally. So we've got our little Santa Claus one with this one. That's so cute, you guys. So cute. So I'll have to style them up on my little chair and show you. So, hey, look at that. 3 projects tonight for day 2 of Christmas in July. So, and they're all super simple. And actually kind of started with Dollar Tree products. So we had the 2 little Dollar Tree gift bags, and then I had the 3 little wooden, they started out as wood ornaments, but I just didn't want to use it that way, so I just turned them horizontally versus, you can see they had like some twine on there for like to be a little ornament, but they're actually pretty heavy, so that would be kind of a heavy little ornament there. But so these came from Dollar General too, and hopefully you didn't just lose me. It says can't play the video, so we'll see. But and so then we have those with the printables from the Christmas printable bundle. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's Christmas printables that I made for Christmas in July. So these were just 3 little wreaths that were part of that. And yeah, so we painted those up and stuffed our little pillows here. And that was that. So 3 projects. They all turned out pretty cute. So hopefully you enjoyed that. And so don't forget, this week till Friday at midnight, if you're shopping on the website, you can get, if you spend $50, you get $10 off with the code Christmas in July 21. So you could essentially get your printables for free, really, because if you save 10 and the printables are only $5, and like I said, you purchase those, you print them off right at home. I print mine on cardstock, and you are good to go. So just to recap, here's our adorable little throw pillows that we made out of Dollar General gift bags. Stuffed them with some polyfill kind of, what's it called? Batting, sewing batting. And then just hot glued the top together. Made a seam like that. And so there was 2 together in a package. So I just stuffed both of those. And then made this cute little hanger with some wood blocks kind of painted with, and aged it up a little bit with some black paint over the white. And it's just on a long piece of burlap ribbon with a little twine ribbon at the top. So super cute. So anyway, thanks for joining me for day 2. Tomorrow's day 3. I'm not exactly sure yet what we're going to do tomorrow. I thought about making a wreath or something, so I don't know. You'll have to stay tuned. I will let you know what our project is and what time I'll be live tomorrow sometime. So anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you have any questions about the printables or the sale, just message me and I will get back to you. So thanks. Have a good night.